Hello students! In the last video, we learned about the power of accommodation of the eye. That is, ability of eye lens to change its focal length according to the need. We also learned about far point and near point of human eye. We know that primary function of lens is to make sure that all light is directed at the retina only. This bending of light rays is done by changing the shape of the lens. But what if lens cannot become thick or thin? When it loses its ability to change its shape, do we face some problems in viewing the objects? Do we? Yes, we call these conditions as defects of vision. As a result, we can't see either distant or close objects clearly. The vision becomes blurry due to refractive defects of the eye. There are mainly three common refractive defects in vision. These are myopia or nearsightedness, hypermetropia or farsightedness, and presbyopia and astigmatism. These defects can be corrected by the use of suitable spherical lenses. So let's study all of them. Sometimes the lens cannot become thinner as required to form clear image of a distant object on retina. So the image is formed in front of the retina, that is, before retina. This defect arising in the eye is called myopia or nearsightedness. People with this defect can see nearby objects clearly, but the distant objects appear blurry to them. Okay, so let's understand this in a detail. What happens inside the eye when someone is suffering from this defect? In myopic eye, the rays coming from nearby object refract perfectly to converge on the retina. This is because lens can really become thicker and reduce its focal length. Therefore, a clear and sharp image is formed exactly on the retina. But for distant objects, this is not so perfect. We know that rays from faraway objects are parallel. They are refracted in such a way that they converge in front of the retina instead of on the retina. This is again because now lens cannot become thin and increase its focal length. Thus, the image is blurry. In other words, for such people, the nearest point remains the same, that is 25 cm. But the distant point moves from an infinite distance and comes close to the eye. In fact, for some people, this far away point comes as close as 1 meter. We know that far point of a myopic eye is less than infinity. Okay, this is because the normal person can see objects at infinite distance clearly, right? Yes, and that's the reason why we can see stars so clearly. So now for myopic people, this is not true. We know that these people cannot focus on distant objects, but can clearly focus on nearby objects, isn't it? Yes. So what happens is the far point, which is infinity for the normal eye, reduces to say a few meters for the myopic eye, since they can see objects clearly up to this far distance only. Note that this changed point at a reduced distance will be a new far point for the myopic person. In the myopic eye, when objects are beyond a new far point, rays from infinity meet in the vitreous humor. And by the time they reach the retina, the rays have diverged to form a circle and not a sharp focal point. So the image will be blurry and not sharp. So what we need to do is diverge them slightly. But you may be wondering what causes this defect in vision. This defect could be either caused by abnormal curvature of the lens or cornea of the eye. Can you see this defective curvature of the lens and cornea here? Yes, they are slightly abnormally bent. when the size of the eyeball becomes larger than normal. In this case, the distance between the retina and the lens increases, and thus light is not able to reach the retina, and the image forms in front of the retina instead of on it. This is again one of the reasons for myopia. Myopia can also be caused by change in eye's refractive capacity, caused by cataract or any other disease. If the lens of the eye moves slightly from its place due to an accident or some other reason, then there is a possibility of myopia. So these are the causes. Now let me ask you one question. How many types of myopia are there? To answer this, there are two types of myopia: high myopia and pathological myopia. In some individuals, myopia is evident right from birth. In fact, myopia can also be caused by heredity. It can happen to a child if the mother or the father already has it. We call such a type of myopia as congenital myopia or high myopia. High myopia is the term given to several levels of short-sightedness, and this can increase the risk of other ailments along with it, like retinal detachment, glaucoma, and cataracts. The other is pathological or degenerative myopia. This defect is by far the most common in adolescents. It actually starts in childhood and worsens up in adulthood. It can occur when high myopia progresses rapidly and can lead to degenerative changes affecting the retina. This defect in eye can sometimes occur due to environmental change as well, or wrong habits like excessive watching time in front of computer, TV or mobile phones, etc. Now these were the causes and types of myopia. What about its correction? Well, we will see that in our next video.